What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Prolific Podcast. I'm your host, Swazi. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. I kind of lost my train of thought there, huh? I really appreciate it, though. If you guys haven't, please go check out our last videos. But if you guys have, let's dive into it. So today I want to talk about, you know, fear. And I'm not talking about that fear that you got of dying or that fear of getting hurt. I'm talking about fear of failing in life. Since I was a young kid, the biggest, thing that I had in the back of my head always was failing. And that was with sports, that was with buying cars or anything like that. It was just failing. And, I carried it with me for a long time. And I just, would always be afraid of failing. Never wanted to try new things because I was scared of failing. And I remember being in high school, I wanted to join basketball. And I was like, you know what, nah, I'm probably, I'm not the tallest guy. So I was like, you know what, I'm probably going to fail. And my counselor told me, you're going to one day end up regretting it because you're never going to try. You don't know until you try. And I was like, nah, I'd just rather not. I never did, you know? And that's a regret that I have for the rest of my life. But, I let that fear, stop me from doing a lot of things in life, the fear of failing. And so I come here today and say, hey, that's honestly my fear because I have to really dig down and figure out what fear do I have. And that was the fear. That's always been there forever that I can remember. And if you were to ask me, hey Joel, when you bought your house, because I just bought my house a year ago. If you how was it when you bought your house? How'd you feel? What was the thoughts going through your head? I'd honestly tell you the only thing I remember was feeling scared. The fear of failing. That was the biggest thing that just kept replaying in my head. Because that was the biggest purchase I ever bought in my life. Or it is the biggest purchase I ever bought in my life. And it was the fear of like, man, what if I fail and I can't make these payments, I can't keep up with the maintenance, I can't, do this and that. What if I don't know how to budget? I know I kind of stutter. What if I don't know how to budget or anything like that? What can I do, you know, to fix this, to get this failure out of my head? And it was like, you ever seen like those cartoons when it has like the angel and the devil next to you and stuff like that? But it was mostly like a little devilish guy talking to you, and it was like, oh, you're gonna fail, you're not gonna make it. It kept, my mind just kept telling me that, and I was like, man, like, am I really gonna let this, really stop me from doing this? Because I was about to pull out, you know, and I was like, man, there's no way I can do it. I'm already thinking about failure. And the thing is that I just signed the papers, and I haven't even got my keys. I haven't even gave my first payment. I haven't done any of that, and I'm already thinking about failing. Now, what does that say about me? That I'm afraid that I wasn't gonna, I didn't truly believe in myself. That's what I asked myself. Because the biggest critic is your mind, is yourself. So I told myself, how can I fix this? How can I move forward? How can I just let all this go and let it all just play it on its own? Because I'm to be honest with you guys, like I didn't know how to do that. I would think about failure and I would overthink, overthink, overthink. I'd go to sleep thinking about that, wake up thinking about that. There was times where I'd go to sleep, wake up, and my jaw was hurting how much I was clenching my teeth at night. Like it just kept replaying, and I kept thinking about letting myself down. More importantly, letting myself down, not just the people around me, but myself. And I was like, if I let myself down with this big purchase, I'll never be able to bounce back from this. Never. But then I remember reading something that said, if you think you failed already, or if you think you lost already. You lost. So I told myself, how can I do this then? How can I progress? How can I get these negative thoughts of failing out of my head? So I started listening to music. I started reading quotes. I started reading books. Yes, I read books. And I started to watch podcasts. Because to be honest, I watch other podcasts. Honestly, not just to help me become a better host for you guys, but to uplift myself too. Because I'm not perfect, and these thoughts of failing never have left my mind and never will. I know they won't because it's part of life, right? They never will. but I was trying to be able to control it. So when I started doing that, I started learning, okay, I'm the master of my abilities. Only I can control this. If I fail, I'm going to fail on my own terms. And that's 100% the truth. So I was like, okay, let's do it. I got a notebook and I started writing down the positives and the negatives of buying this house. Positive, I got my own space. I can buy something. I can actually have something I say that's like actually mine. I worked hard for this. I was like, okay. Negative, failure. That was the only negative I had. Oh yeah, and then paying the payments. But I started thinking to myself, man, this is an investment. My desire to win is better than my thought of failure. That's what I kept doing. And hearing people like, oh, my interest rate's this, my interest rate's that. Oh, my payments are only this low. I'm like, dang, like I wish I had that, but you know what? We're in a time where things are different, so I have to learn that I am where I am, and that's it. I'm in competition with myself, and that's it. And the only person that can stop me from failing is me. No one's gonna come save me. No one's gonna give me a handout. No one's gonna give me some money and be like, here you go. Here to help you out. No one's gonna do any of that. If I'm a fail, it's gonna be because of me, and that's 100% the truth. And sometimes you can't control failure. Sometimes it just comes and it comes, and it is what it is. But you got to learn how to control this mental health of you. Because I'm an overthinker. I overthink a lot of things, like I've said before. I overthink a lot. And the only person that can control that thinking is me. No one else can control it, just me. And the thing is that you can't really shut off overthinking. Like when they say you go to sleep and your mind's supposed to shut off and relax. Nah, my mind just keeps going. But like I said, I can't, I couldn't do that. So I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna flood myself with positive mindset. That's what I kept doing. I kept flooding myself with positive mindsets. I kept going in there and just saying, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do when I do this, when I do that. Not if I fail. Win, win, and win. And that's all I kept doing. And look at, man, I'm a year into this, and I'm facing my fear. Putting my big boy pants on, and I'm facing my fear. Failure ain't gonna. It's only gonna happen if I let it get in my head, and if I let it, or if I let it win. I'm gonna come out here and just bob and weave, baby, bob and weave. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this dub, as people say, and I'm gonna keep going with my life. I work 10 times harder, but it's a pro for me because I tell myself I deserve to be here. I deserve to win. I deserve to have this. I worked hard for this. I work hard for this. Hope you know that, but it's the truth. Don't get me wrong. If it's good to have that love around you, like Money Mitch said. I just want some love around me. It's good to have that around you. 100% is good to have that around you. But you can't have that if your mind's negative and you're thinking about failure, because you're gonna start pushing people back. Because when that happened to me, I kept thinking, man, everybody's just against me. Everybody just wants to see me fail. They're only here to see me fail. They're not here to see me succeed. That's what I had in my head. So you have to learn how to fix that mentality. Get that failure out the way and just fix it. Learn how to go through with it. Learn how to push it out. That's the best way that you can become successful in life. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that I figured it out and that I'm already 100%. Like, I think positive, because I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything like that. But it's there. But I learned how to control it. You are the master of your abilities. You can control it. It's up to you how everything plays out. That's the way I like to think about it, honestly. Because another fear that I have too is like not becoming the man that I want to be. And as far as like a good boyfriend, a good person, a good a stable man, like my biggest fear is like, not being able to take a trip, because like don't get me wrong, I'm trying to learn how to budget my money, so I can't take like a lot of trips now. But my biggest fear is like not being able to tell my future kids we can't go here, or we can't do this, or we can't do that. You know, my biggest fear is not being the man that can provide. That's my biggest fear. That's another fear that I have. When I say biggest, is because they're right there. They're right there, hand in hand. I don't want to bring a child into this world without being able to provide. And I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying, I'm saying future kids now, but I'm saying, like, I don't want to be struggling in life, and do all this other stuff. I want to be a man and be like a good man, where I could be like, you know what, I worked hard for this, so my future kids or my future self can, if I don't have kids, my future self can enjoy everything. Like that's what I want. Like Drake said, forget trying to be rich when I'm 50. I'm trying to do it now. You know, and that's my thing is like going broke is another one too that I don't want to do. I don't want to do all that. I rather like I said before, I rather be rich than look rich. I see all these dudes, flooded rollies, big old diamond chains. That's what's up. That's cool, man. That's what's up. If that's what you like, that's what you like. But I'm not gonna fake it till I make it. I'm gonna get there. And they say in the race it's a marathon. I'm gonna enjoy everything that life brings, and if that's failure, I'm gonna enjoy it. But right now, I'm thinking about positively, and I'm gonna take that failure out. And when I say enjoy it, it's because once you taste failure and you know how winning is, that's what you're gonna want all the time is winning. You're never gonna go back to failure. Other people's eyes it might look like failure, but it's not. It's a win. And I'm not trying to bounce back and forth either, but back to my other fear, which I think it does tie in with, not being able to be the man that I want to be. I just want to be that guy for me. So when I look at myself, I'm like, I'm that dude. I worked hard for this. I didn't struggle. I didn't struggle not to win. Like I deserve to be here. Like I'm 100% here. I don't want to tell my future wife or my future kids or my girl no. I want to be able to be like, okay, let's go do it. Let's go do it. Let's go do it. I want to be able to be happy, be wealthy. That's my biggest goal. That's my biggest dream is not to worry about nothing. Be healthy, wealthy, and keep going. Health is wealth, right? Just keep going. Because if I think about failure, then look at I'm never gonna be the man that I want to be. Which don't get me wrong, man. Sometimes failure overwins me in one day. Like maybe it could be a bad day, but it's not a bad life. And you keep pushing forward. Now I don't want to sit here and tell you guys that I think positive every single day, because Lord knows I don't. But I think more positive than negative, and that's what matters. 100% what matters. You know, the man that I want to be is just a very. I want to be successful. I want to be, being able to provide for my family. I want to be the guy that my nephews look up to, or my future kids look up to, or my wife looks up to, or my girlfriend looks up to. I want to be that guy. I want to be that dude that's struggling, that's worked hard but still struggles. I want to be that dude that what my hard work paid off. Like I heard this song with Nipsey Hussle that goes, you're staring out on the highlight with a cigar in your hand, with a cigar in your hand, cheering up to the good life because all that hard work and sweat paid off. And that's what I want. You know, that's my goal. And you know, I can't let my failure and my fears take away that, because fear is in failure, and fear it comes together, right? It comes together, and it can take everything from you. Not letting you do new things, not letting you try new hustles, not letting you do any of that because you're scared to fail every single time. Now, don't get me wrong. If you fail, that's okay. A bounce back is better, I promise. But if you're winning right now, you're winning. Keep getting that motivation in. Never feel comfortable. Just keep going. Just keep going. Failure is a state of mind. That's what I tell myself. Failure is a state of mind. That's what I've heard. That's what I've told myself. That's what I keep going with. Failure is a state of mind. And I'm going to keep drilling it into you guys so you guys can get it. So if you're feeling like you're in the corner, you're feeling like it's the last round, the 12th round, come on, man. You got one more minute. Let's knock that failure down. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Because that success is going to taste better. I promise you. Now, I can't sit here and tell you that, I don't want to sound, like I said, I don't want to sound cocky or like, oh, yeah, this guy thinks he's all that and this and that in a bag of chips. None of that. I'm trying to tell you guys how I think in my head. Even though I'm not where I want to be, I think to myself, man, when I get there, I picture it. When I get there, I'm going to have it all. Like, I'm going to have it all. I'm going to have everything that I want. I'm going to have it all as far as like everything I worked hard for. I'm going to have it all as everything that I've ever said I'm going to have. Failure is only going to be there if I let it be there. Failure is only going to win if I let it win. Failure is only going to enter my head and stay there if I let it stay there. If it enters, I throw a positive at it and it kicks back out. Now, failure will come in different forms, right? But It's up to you how you decide to take that punch. It's up to you how you decide how it impacts your life. It's up to you. Now I'm gonna choose to keep going. I hope you guys choose to do the same thing. But that's just me. Failure from this day forward, or from now. I mean, I've done it before, but failure from this day forward for you guys too. Let's kick it out. Think about a positive. Your desire to win, again, let's say it with me. Your desire to win is greater than the thought of fear. Trust me. Trust me. What do you think about that, co-host Swaz? See, he agrees. He's a little quiet, but he agrees. He's about that paper. It's about that paper. But trust me, guys. My fear is failure. It's still there, but I'm learning how to control it, and I'm learning how to push forward with it. Because if I let it win, I'm not gonna be where I want to be. If I let it linger in my head, I'm not gonna let it. It's not gonna let me be where I want to be. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said before, don't get me wrong, man. If you're failing right now, it's up to you to get yourself out of there. It's up to you. No one's gonna come in a cape and rescue you. Superman ain't gonna bust through the windows. Batman ain't gonna come through the windows. It's up to you. You can only control what happens next and how you react to the situation. And that's me being real with you guys right now. Like, man, I feel like I'm being a little bit too real. Like, I'm trying to throw little jokes in there so they don't seem like a TED talk, or like I'm just trying to hammer you like like your parents do. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm just trying to explain to you guys and get like a heart real quick to show you guys that hustler mentality, man. And that's the truth. I just, man, I think about failure and it makes me mad sometimes. It makes me want to because to me it's like it's not something that I want for anybody else. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Like, I don't even have enemies, to be honest with you. I can't think of a single enemy, but I don't wish it bad on anybody because failure can really put you down. Failure can really hold you down. Failure can take you out. And I don't want to see any of that happen to anybody. We rise above it and we keep going. Dang, that kind of got me worked up. I'm already sweating. I'm about to go to the gym right now. You know what I'm saying? No, but I really hope this really helps you guys and really helps you guys push forward and becoming the things that you guys want to be and what you guys want to succeed. Remember to take that fear out and get it out of there. Fear of anything, even if it ain't failing in life, fear of anything, push it out. Because fearing, what did that guy say on the video that I watched? He said, when it's that time and you feel scared and you feel really, really, man, Swaz, my bad. When you feel really scared and feel really bad and you don't know if you should jump, that's the time to jump. Because that's the time that your body's trying to get you to back out. That's the time when failure is trying to get in your head and be like, you're gonna fail. You jump and you take that risk. Ain't no one gonna do it for you. Take that risk. You applaud it, and if you win some money, make sure you give some to me too. I'm kidding, but that's the truth. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys, being able to be here through my TED Talk, through this podcast, and I know it's a little more serious and a little more, heart to heart, but I really wanted to open up with you guys and show you guys a fear. Now, I thought about it and I was like, man, am I going to be vulnerable towards you guys? Am I going to share a little bit too much? But I don't think, I think I did share a lot with you guys and I got a heart with you guys, but it wasn't something I'm like, oh, I'm afraid or I regret, because it's like, hey, you know what? I want to connect with you guys and connect with my audience. And that's 100% the truth. So I hope that helps. And like I said, if you guys have something that's going on with you guys, leave it in the comments. Well, I'll help you guys out. Or if not, you can shoot me a direct DM and we can go from there. If you guys have anything you guys want to talk about, we can go from there. Just remember, you guys ain't alone, and you guys, I'm here for you guys, and you guys can always reach out. This is the Prolific Podcast. We're a family here, and just the way it is. But my co-host, me and him are out. Hope you guys have a good one. Thank you again. And if you haven't, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I can't stress it enough. We hit 87 subscribers. To me it's a lot. But I hope we can get some more in there. If you guys haven't, share it to your mom, your girlfriend, your side chick, your wife, your other side chick, whatever, your baby mama, your dog, anybody, just share it, please. Let's get it out there. Let's get this family growing a little bit more. Um, and let's become a family together, man, and let's have some good times. As far as getting my guest on here, I'm not gonna tell you guys when I talk to him. Big Rob, he's let me know he's ready. It's just up to me to pull the trigger on it. So I haven't talked to him about it when we know our official dates, and I'm not gonna give you guys like, oh, be ready. It's just gonna come out. So if you're subscribed, be ready. And we can go from there. Also, I can't do a giveaway with subscribers because I can't see you guys. I can't see who subscribes to me. I don't know why YouTube does that, but that's the way it is. So if you guys can comment, I can, that would really help me, and we can start, maybe talking about doing a giveaway here later on. You guys have been awesome. You guys have been liking the videos. I appreciate that, but let's get some more subscribers out there. I think if I hit 150 subscribers, then we'll do a giveaway, and you guys have to comment so I can know you guys are in the giveaway. I don't know what it's gonna be yet. I still have to talk to my team right here and see what he wants to give away. Maybe it'll be one of these. I don't know. We'll see what's up. But please, guys, if you guys haven't, like I said again, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And thank you for tuning into the Prolific Podcast. You already know it's your boy Swaz. Lil Swaz is right here kicking it. Let's get this channel growing. Thank you.